Okay, boys, we finished the endocrine system. There we talked about how the endocrine glands produce hormones. And these hormones are responsible for bringing about a big change in the body. Okay, so today we will deal with changes in adolescence. What is adolescence? It's a stage in a life. Okay, begins with infancy, childhood, puberty, adolescence, adulthood, and old age. So you pass through infancy, that's the baby where she's incapable of doing anything. In childhood, that's when you live your life in your primary section. And you come to class 6 and 7, you got your puberty, and then adolescence, this is teenage. Okay, so most of you are or about to enter the adolescent age. Now, this is the time where a lot of changes occur. Because of it, boys, these are the changes. Okay, first we'll deal with the changes, then we'll talk about the problems that you face. In boys, there's some growth spurts will begin to occur. And you suddenly find yourself growing taller. You get a deep voice. You begin to develop this deep voice. Facial hair, armpit, chest, and pubic region. You find all these unwanted, unnecessary hair in your body. And then broad shoulders. Your shoulders begin to widen up. And then the testes enlarge and begin to function. Especially, the testes is designed to produce sperms or spermatozoa. Okay? So that's the correct name for it. So this helps in reproduction. So the reproductory system begins to be active. Okay? And in girls, growth spurts again, and most often it is the girls who grow faster, but they grow to a certain height and they stop. But the boys, they continue to grow taller, and that's why we see that the boys are a little taller than the girls. And they have a wider hip. Now this is, they begin to develop this wider hip in order to accommodate the baby inside her stomach, inside her uterus to be precise. So in order to do that, the hips become wide and her shoulders remain narrow. Development of breasts in order to feed the newborn baby. And you have, the women have, or the girls have, high-pitched voice. And the next one, hair on armpit and pubic region. They do not have hair on the face. There are exceptions, but normally they do not. And the ovaries enlarge and begin to function, and the menstrual cycle begins. Menstrual cycle is this 28-day cycle where an egg is produced, and if it is not fertilized, it is removed from the body. So this process of producing and removing the egg is known as the menstrual cycle. Okay? And the onset of the menstrual cycle is also known as the menarche. So that begins from the age of, let's say, around 13 to about age 45. So that's the age in the range in which a woman begins to produce egg every 28 days. Okay. So now we'll move into the problems that you face when these changes occur. What's the cause of the problems? The cause is the sudden release of a wide range of hormones. So there's a large number of hormones which actually work in order to bring all these changes. Now we saw last time that the sympathetic system and the parasympathetic system. This is the autonomic nervous system. Autonomic nervous system. This is controlled by just two hormones, adrenaline and noradrenaline. And the rest of the hormones are meant for controlling all these changes. So when these changes occur, or when these hormones are released, there are certain effects it causes. Okay, so these are the effects. First of which that actually the teenagers face is acne. We commonly call pimples on your face. So that is a skin problem. It occurs because the skin has pores, tiny pores, which are clogged by dirt and sweat. Now, if they are blocked, the oil or things that needs to be secreted or that needs to come out of that pore is not able to, and it gets infected and forms a small lump or bump. So that's known as your acne, and it can worsen up if you do not take proper care. Anxiety, unable to, it's the inability of a person to adjust to different stress. Okay, undue concern for self-esteem. You're concerned with yourself and your self-esteem to a too much. Let's say you are concerned too much of your own self. Aggressive and sensitive. Now you understand what this means. Aggressive is a little, too much anger in your response. For example, the way you talk to your parents, your close ones, a small thing, you get agitated. All of these is sensitivity and aggression. That occurs because of all these changes. You're not able to control your emotions. Problems with adjustment with friends and family. So these are, relational problems. Often drift into addiction. Because of these problems, the body or you yourself want to stabilize to a certain degree. And in order to stabilize, you tend to fall into addictions. And there are different types of addictions. Cigarette addiction, tobacco, drugs, and nowadays you can talk about the internet also as another form of addiction. So these are the different effects of the problem caused by hormone release. Now the remedies, how can you overcome the skin problem? You just need a very simple remedy, that's healthy habits. If you just follow some healthy habits, these are going to go away. Okay? Most of it. Like healthy habits are exercise. You need regular exercise because our body is designed to do some exercise. Okay, and if it is not performing in its natural method, natural mode, then the body is going to come up with different types of diseases. A balanced diet. This is when junk food and everything is comes into view. Okay, so when you talk about balanced diet, you have to check the food that you take. Wholesome food is very important. Cleanliness, like brush after every meal, washing hands before and after meals, etc. And proper rest. A lot of young people do not rest properly. That's the reason why you get what's known as acne. Okay? And so, if you follow a healthy habit, proper time for rest, proper eating habits and exercise, if you keep this, maintain this regularly, you'll never have this problem at all. And the second one is stress. Now all these relational problems come because of stress. And there's this thing called stress management. This is done by meditation. And sometimes keeping pets or caring for your pets, not just bringing a pet at home and just leaving it not caring for it, because that's not going to help you. But you yourself have to care for it, feed it, clean it, everything, and that'll keep you busy, and that'll help you manage the stress also. It'll divert your mind. Stress is just mental condition. Okay, so conditioning of your mental, state is helped by keeping pets. And outdoor activities like just a simple walk to the park or a longer walk, treks, campaigns, and now we talk about cycling or football game or outdoor games. All of these will help you manage your stress level. And getting involved in the society to help in your society, all of this will help you manage your stress. And it'll also help you relate to your family and your friends. Okay, playing games with other people will help you, form good relationships with others. So all of that forms the remedies to overcome the problems caused by the release of endocrine glands or hormones. Right?